You've probably seen them pop up in your feed, these high-tech investment platforms promising the world, all powered by some secret AI that does all the work for you. It's super tempting, right? But when a promise seems, almost too good to be true, you gotta ask what's really going on behind the curtain. Today, we're pulling back that curtain on a company called Prestige Wealth Investments.
And this is their headline pitch. It's a real one-two punch. First, they hit you with that magic word, AI, which makes it sound so sophisticated and futuristic that you just have to trust it. And then, bam, they hit you with a return on your investment that is just massive.
Yeah, let's just sit with that number for a second. 22% in a month. I mean, to put that into perspective, some of the best investors on the planet are thrilled if they can get that in a full year. This is a wild, astronomical number, the kind that gets you dreaming for sure, but it should also get your alarm bells ringing. How is that even possible?
And that right there is the big question we're tackling in this explainer. Is Prestige Wealth Investments really some kind of revolutionary financial tool, or is it a very old story just wearing a fancy new tech disguise? To figure that out, we've got to do our homework, and the first step is always the same. Find out who's running the show.
Every big promise has someone making it. So who is the entrepreneur behind this incredible claim? Well, it doesn't take much digging before a name pops up.
PWI's founder is a man named Kamogolo Moro Manarang. He's presented as this successful entrepreneur. But what's really interesting here, or maybe telling, is his base of operations, Dubai. And some financial crime analysts have a nickname for Dubai. They call it the MLM crime capital of the world, because it can be a pretty friendly place for these kinds of operations.
And a quick look at the public record shows that, well, this isn't his first rodeo. Back in 2019, South Africa's main financial watchdog, the FSCA, put out a public fraud warning against Monarang and his company at the time, Money Moves Forex Trading. Why? They were pretending to be a licensed financial service provider when they weren't. Then, in 2021, things got even more serious.
The South African Reserve Bank actually ordered him to forfeit nearly $100,000 in funds they said were misappropriated from his scheme. So what happens next? He packs up and moves to Dubai. And by 2024, a new company, Prestige Wealth Investments, is up and running. The point is, this isn't some new player with a fresh idea. There's a history here, a real documented pattern. Look, any company asking for your money knows that trust is the name of the game. And the quickest way to build that trust, especially when you're making huge promises, is to wave around a bunch of official-looking documents and licenses. So let's take a closer look at PWI's claims of being legit.
Just listen to this clip from an interview with a PWI rep in South Africa. He sounds so confident, so reassuring, right? He's insisting they went through months of tough checks to get fully licensed. And on the surface, that sounds really convincing. It's designed to make you just relax and think, okay, these guys are legit.
And to back all that up, the company points to this web of corporate registrations. They've got companies set up in the UK, the UAE, and South Africa. This is such a classic tactic. It creates this illusion of a big, sophisticated international operation. It makes you feel like you're dealing with a global player. But here's the thing. Just registering a company name is not the same as getting a license to manage other people's money. Not even close.
And this slide just perfectly shows the disconnect. When investigators looked up the actual South African license number that PWI's people were promoting, they found something weird. The license they claim gives them the authority to handle your investments in your crypto is actually registered for long-term insurance. I mean, that's not even the same ballpark. It's like showing a fishing license to prove you're a commercial airline pilot.
Oh, but the problems don't stop there. So not only is the license for the completely wrong type of business, but the founder, K.A. Manarang, the guy running the whole show, his name is nowhere to be found on it. The only director listed is a totally different person. This isn't just a simple clerical error. It completely shatters their claim of being properly licensed for what they're doing.
Okay, so we have a founder with a pretty troubled past with regulators and a licensing claim that just completely falls apart as soon as you look at it, and all that leads us to the most important question of all. I mean, think about it. If their AI was really churning out 22% a month, they should be able to prove it, right? Show some audited trading records. But those records are never shown. The AI is just this black box, a convenient smokescreen. So where are the investor payouts actually coming from? Well, the answer is hidden in plain sight, right in their compensation plan. So here's how it really works. You put your crypto in, but then the real focus of the whole operation becomes clear. You are pushed hard to bring other people into the system.
You get paid a direct 10% commission for recruiting them. And then you get paid commissions on their so-called profits, and on the profits of the people they recruit, and so on, down 10 deep. The AI trading is the story they tell, but the actual business is recruiting.
And there's a name for this kind of structure. It's called a Ponzi scheme. It's a model where money from the new guys is used to pay the profits to the people who got in earlier. It creates this perfect illusion of success, because you see other people getting paid, so you think it's real and you jump in. But the whole thing is completely dependent on a never-ending stream of new money. The second that recruitment slows down, the whole house of cards collapses.
This, right here, is the question that just unravels the entire story. It's the critical flaw in their whole narrative. Seriously, if you had a machine that could print money like that, why on earth would you need to pay people commissions to go out and find more investors? Why would you share those kinds of historic profits with anyone? You wouldn't. You'd just manage your own money and get fabulously wealthy. Or sell the algorithm to a Wall Street firm for billions. The recruitment part only makes sense if there's no real money being made from the outside.
So when we pull all these different pieces together, the founder's past, the bogus paperwork, and what the business model actually is, a very, very clear picture starts to form.
The red flags are they're everywhere. You've got a founder with a documented history of running an unlicensed operation. You have a supposed financial license that's actually for a totally different industry. You've got a business model where the only real activity is recruiting. And of course, you have that unbelievable promise of 22% a month. All of these signs are pointing in one single, unavoidable direction.
As one analyst put it so perfectly, this isn't a story about some futuristic AI changing the world of finance. It's the same old scam we've been seeing for 100 years, just rebooted with new buzzwords for a new audience. It's not an innovation, it's just a sequel.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought. In the world of investing, your best friend is a healthy dose of skepticism. So the next time you're pitched one of these incredible, life-changing opportunities, maybe the most important question to ask isn't, how much can I make, but where does the money really come from?